Okay, guys, when I was looking back over the grades, I noticed that quite a bit of people got confused on the assignment with quadrants on the coordinate plane. So I'm going to do some of those examples again. So this one says drag the dot to plot 2, -6, then select its location on the coordinate plane. So I know that ordered pairs are x, comma, y. They give me 2, comma, -6. So I know that I have to take my dot here. 2 is for my x, so my x goes from left to right, so I'm going to go to the right, 2, and then 6, which is for my y, the negative, goes down. So I go down to -6. This is where my point is located at. Now, scroll up a little bit. And they want to know which quadrant is located, or they ask me if it's on the x or y axis. So I already put the point where it is. So remember I told you that a coordinate plane is just like a big T, and it has like a C, an imaginary C in it for coordinate. When we make our C, we start in the top right-hand corner. This is quadrant 1. Then we go to the left, which is quadrant 2. Then we go down to quadrant 3. And over here we end at quadrant 4. Based on this, my dot, or my order pair that I just plotted, is in quadrant 4. It's in the bottom right-hand quadrant. So my answer is quadrant 4, or the fourth quadrant. Just like that. On this one, it says point E has a -x coordinate, and its y coordinate is not 0. So my y coordinate could be positive, or my y coordinate could be negative. But I know that my x coordinate has to be negative. So, say for instance I were to plot these points. Negative x would go to the left, and then a positive y would go up. So this point will be over here somewhere in quadrant 2, because my positive y's and my negative x's are in quadrant 2. So this one will be in quadrant 2. The next one says negative, negative. My negative x's are to the left. My negative y's are down. So this point will be somewhere down here, which is in quadrant 3. So I know my answers will be quadrant 2 or quadrant 3. Okay. I can automatically look at this one right here in the middle. Remember it's x comma y. See how my x is 0? So I know it's on my y-axis. Easiest thing you'll find. Now let's look at the other part. We draw our little coordinate plane here. Remember, you can draw your C to help you remember if you need to. At your C, you started it in quadrant 1, then you went to quadrant 2, then you went down to quadrant 3. I'm supposed to say 3. Then you went down, that is a bad looking 3. Then you went down to quadrant 4, or over to quadrant 4. So 2, 4. The 2 is positive, so that is to the right. The y is positive, so that is up. That is in quadrant 1. On the next one, the x is negative, so that's to the left, but my y is positive, so that is up. That is in quadrant 2. So I have quadrant 1 in the y-axis, and then quadrant 2. Quadrant 1, the y-axis, and then quadrant 2. Last one. I don't know why the stuff isn't erasing. See if I can erase it like this. There we go. Okay, last one. They want me to drag the dot to plot the point 4, 3.5. So 4 is to the right, and then my 3.5 is up 3, and then a half, right there. Then they tell me what quadrant it is. They want to know what quadrant it's in. Remember I write my imaginary C? Even if I wrote it here. Look, boom. Quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4. Quadrant 1 is where my dot is located, or my first quadrant. And we're done. Hopefully this helps, guys.